Hear me now?
Yeah.
Uh, so we're on page Nuntes. So in the middle of talking how only to mitzvahs can we save ourselves from being from drowning in the Mayim Rabim. In the Mayim Rabim of Tilas Aparnas. Not only do we not affected by if you do the Parnas L'Shem Shamayim, not only don't we distance ourselves from Likus Adarabah, we elevate the Dvarim Gashmi. So it's like a quarter of the page from the bottom of Nun Tes, Shoah Masas Belikus. But Dafka, and he adds an interesting, important distinction. But Dafka Kashar Kavana Beis Asiyah. That only happens when the intent in Beis Asiyah, B'Shas, when he's actually busy with Parnas. If when he does the business, he's not intending to do the money in the Shem Shamayim. Even though later he takes that money he made from the business and he gives for tzedakah, so the kavan and the ma'isa are not connected. In order to elevate the mice, in order to make the mice not distancing him from the course, there has to be the kavanah b'shas the mice. Only then does he elevate the mitzvahs, which, like we spoke last time, the Chayira, in Tanya, it's mashma not like that. Tanya is mashma. If a person does something stam and later he is later he does it later he takes the money, takes the let's say he eats stam, and then later he it elevates it. Over here it's mashma, there has to be kavanah b'shas ma'aseh. The difference is, I'm just guessing. The difference is because here he takes 2 points. Number one, that the eating doesn't lower it, like the boat that keeps him away from drowning. So the aliyah later maybe you start that can happen even if when there was no kavan. But the fact that it doesn't lower him, for that it needs to be kavan. That he says, just like the boat saves him from drowning. What does Tviya mean in the Nimshal? What does drowning mean in our case? Tviya stam, what does drowning mean? The person loses life. I know, what does it mean? The person's too shakor in the worldly matters, so he loses his chayes aliki. The mitzvah, the power of the mitzvah is to save him. He should not drown. Not only does he drown, he elevates the dvarim gashmi. So according to this, okay, so we started. Remember, in this second half of the Maimon, the teva means the teva represents the levush mitzvahs. Teva is the one that unites Yam and Eretz, and that's the levushim of mitzvahs. So according to that, he asked the question: what is tevaschem et ta'oscho? What do we need the Torah for? What is the Torah? So here, in other words, in the first half of the Maimon, the teva meant the Indian of tshuva, because Noach's chata, shaloi limits chusab neidere, and the tshuva is to teva, which is the kinim tas teva the tshuva. According to the second half of the Maimon, the Teva means mitzvah stam. What is taos? What does it mean that the Teva protects him? So he explains that it protects him from drowning in Yonei Elamazeh. So it's a different explanation of what the function of the Teva is. The Indian Metaros, now he says he takes it a step higher. So till now the Teva is the Teva. In other words, what he said till now is not Teva from Taros. Till now he says what the Teva does. Just like Teva is like a boat, just like a boat. Function of a boat is to save him and to prevent drowning, to save him from the waters. Same thing, mitzvahs prevent him, if it does the mitzvahs means the kavanah l'shem shamayim, that prevents him being drowned in worldliness. What is metaros? Metaros means there's even a higher level. Metaros means it makes it better. Not only the mitzvahs save you, they elevate you. What means this? So the first type of metaros, but it says, but Taos really means more. There's no modern. There's a nice isner. The kasha eitz. The gibt kavan shem shamayim. I said, "Oh my gosh, me person is does his business Hashem shamayim. B'meili elevates. Well, I'm gosh, I didn't have be'orim. Shnasa was the isner. He's in the Taos. So Taos means more than just prevention, more than preventing begin of more than preventing damage. It elevates you because to birurim of Ilamazer, not the avoid to birurim makes us higher. It makes us higher. Shleim Taros from Chinas Torah. So earlier, interesting. Earlier he spoke about that the Teva is Kodesh HaKadoshim. Kodesh. Here it says that Taros from Lashon Tahiri, which means Shabbat is a Sheresh Makan Hashem to the biur of Inyan Ilamazer Kavan Hashem Shamayim. He reaches the mile of Tohari, which means the way the neshama is, when the neshama is in a state of Tohari, with respect to Sheresh Malkan Neshama, Shkot with the Reb Divamas, Mayim Rabim, Pashas Noach, and the Mayim Rabim of Noach, like I said last time, there's another Mayim Rabim, Pashas Toldes, but the Mayim Rabim, Pashas Noach, he talks about this topic that feels Bale Esem, Magil Mali Esem. When a businessman davens barich, it's a famous mime of the Rebbe always used to quote that the businessman davens, he reaches higher than the Yeshiv Oil. And then he also think it says over there that it's what I think that the Balesik sees Mashgach Portis. So there's a mile in Balesik. That feels Balesik Magela Malesik. Zeo, and that's a result. Should there be the Shapal being got some million I'm basically not so much. Like we just said, it's a result of the fact that the Bala Asa, because he deals with worldly matters, and their goof, Poil Batsmay Beetle, which we said earlier, the Kavana, that makes it Mechals Deo. What does it mean? Gamkein. So it means a few dogmas, what had the mitzvahs, Maisa mitzvah, Asik Masa Matan, is a higher level in Beetle. Marshall, a Kfiesh Nasara mitzvahs. There's a certain level of iskafia, which is also bittul. The mitzvah of tefillin is the shabbat. What is the shabbat hamayach? The level of bittul, that he subjugates himself, he becomes like an eved, like a servant of the Eibishter. He gives away his heart and mind to the Eibishter. So that's a certain bittul. That's in the mitzvah of tefillin. Esrog, altavein, level gaiva. Esrog is a shetayos altavein, level gaiva. So the mitzvah of Esrog, the mitzvah of the Alminim, Esrog also a certain level of kfir that he breaks his guy. And that's similar to other mitzvahs. Similar to that, other mitzvahs that there's a kfir parties. There's an individual type of iskafi. He brings in another what we call metaphor here. That he breaks through the offer, the earth, the dirt of the goof. Basically, what he says here is he brings in another. that Mayim Chayim, or that it's Mayim Chayim, not Mayim, two types of water. In Allah, Mayim Chayim, certain Tumas are only Matar Mayim Chayim, May Mayim, which is the Tumas, the Paradumas from Mayim Chayim, and Zov. There's a few. So what is Mayim? Explains. Other than Mayim Chayim, Stam Mayim. Mayim Chayim is just Stam Mayim is standing water, but Mayim Chayim means living water, which is like a water of a spring. That says Chassidus that out of a spring, how do we get water from spring? The water comes from the ground, underground, and Bekeya Afara, breaks through the earth and comes out on top. So that's also a marshal and a certain concept of Gilu comes to breaking through the Helem. The Afar, or it's like the Elem. And breaking through the Elem, that creates Mayim Chaim. So he brings that, he brings that part of the metaphor to explain in our part. So the water, the energy that he receives to the fear of the goof, which is similar to, like we said before, it's similar to Mayim Chaim, Zem Taos. So the Mayim Chaim have a special quality of taros, not stam taro. It's a higher level of taro. Like I said, Mayim, that's paraduma. It's a higher level of taro. Going back, so what is mataros? I mean, not only are you in a state of that you're protected, but you get elevated. Now it brings in another emes in this concept. All this is marumas, what you just said is marumas in the concept, in the what it says in Pasuk, the teva is made from atze goifer. It's a certain type of wood called atze goifer. So he's going to go into a shtickle discussion of what is atze goifer. Number one says the Gemara Sanhedrin Amru Zumavliga v'amale gomish. What is atze goifer? It's two types of wood. One is called an Aramaic. What are these two things? Mavliga and gomish. It says in Roshana Daf Gimel. The Gemara Roshana Gimel Asor min ha'arozim. The Gemara says that there are 10 types of arozim, of cedar trees. Choshev katos. So one of the 10 arozim is called katos. The Gemara says that my katos are mavliga. V'amala gomish. In other words, what is katos? Two way the Gemara, two types. One is mavliga, one is gomish. Can't take them. Uncle is done katos. Here the uncle is here in our parsha Noah. That's a great position katos. So from what do we get from all these sources? So we see that Atze Goifer is a type of Eretz. Now, what do we know about Eretz? So that is also a remes on what we said before, that the Teva is connected to mitzvah. Why? Also, it says in Pasuk in Tehillim, we say Shabbos, Tzadik Katoma Ifa Ke'eretz Balvonin Izge, that the Tzadik is compared to an Eretz Balvonin. And it says Koya al Maisa Mitzvah Shimshachim Prince Loiven Alien. So Eretz is connected to Levonin. Levonin is Loiven Alien, which is the same madrega of this higher level of saving. Memeles, all this explains why the Teva is connected to Eretz, because Eretz is Eretz HaMaisa Mitzvah. But there in a Teva, like we said earlier, the mitzvah, the teva protect is like the boat that connects Yam ve'eretz. Another thing is there's another pasuk that says Va'niki v'roish rana. V'roish is also one of the 10 types of arozim, of cedar trees. V'gam Shomegin v'shomer oisei. It's misale, and it's also megin v'shomer. Basically, the two pirushim. Now, what does the teva do? It's interesting. Number one, it's megin v'shomer oisei, and also It's mis'al chiba yam va'oretz. The two parts, the chiba yam va'oretz, and there's the shema omega. Val kol ze oimer asay l'cha la'atzmecha. See, earlier in the beginning of the Maimer, you already answered. In the beginning of the Maimer, he asked the question. He asked the question, what does asay l'cha? The word l'cha, what's l'cha? Asay geifa, what's l'cha? And the Medrash says asay la'atzmecha. Remember, the Medrash brings 4 places in Chumash and Tanakh that says l'cha. So he asked the question, what's l'cha? And he answers over there. There was an answer right in the beginning. Because of the teva is for your benefit. The seilacha is for your benefit. Now he summarizes our mimer that this fact that the teva was made for the benefit, for Noah's benefit, there are 2 ways to explain it. In being a tshuva, the first shot in the mimer, the first to have in the mimer spoke that the Indian of the teva was in a tshuva, at least chiper ala kodesh. That's why it says chafar, chiper ala kodesh. Last kodesh hakadoshim. That tevaschem ta'aros was them chafar to lash bakhefer lashon kapora. So one pshat is that the teva is like tshuva, kapora, which is mamshem kodesh hakadoshim. Remember, he explained the kodesh hakadoshim is the madrega of atzmos, which is above teva memale, and then it's like the bina. Or the second pshat ma'isa mitzvahs. The function of the teva is not. The first pshat was a tshuva. The second was tam ma'isa mitzvahs. Even if even a person didn't sin, doesn't need tshuva. L'chabar yam va'eretz, to connect the yichud eloi and yichud haTorah. At least v'idgu l'roi b'kerav ha'oretz. The b'kerav ha'oretz in yichud haTorah should be v'idgu with the ma'al medeiskasi, which is yichud eloi. Gam. And also, like you said, lahagen, like you said earlier, teva also has the function lahagen v'lishma mayim rabim, to protect us and to save us from the mayim rabim of tilas afanasa. Ve'adav sheisal kol advarim, everything should be elevated. Gam al zeh omar tevoscha m'ta'aroscha. So that is another thing of m'ta'aroscha. Ein of Israel. So the key points that we got from this mayim are the power of tshuva and the power of mitzvahs. Now we're going to go back to read the kitzur, and then hopefully we'll start the normal. So that's page 21. Page 21. Selchat teves hatzikinim kinu b'chinas bina shomada v'echalachach. Bioinian. On the Elam Neshama Shata B'Torah, we say Neshama Shata B'Torah, the Eila she'ein ha'pres metzias. Because his dachas hayetes. Torah is like his dachas, like Torah eldritch. Zeh ha'pres hatzilus. Ata b'rosein leis ha'neshama l'biyah. Be'erida tzarech aliyah ha'neshama l'mata tagia b'pres kodesh ha'eldritch ha'ketzonim mitzvoisav she'kodesh hu inyan she'mov l'be'er k'nesayin man. So that is a function of Yeridat and the Neshama Lamata. Tzarech Havir, to move from Torah to Kodesh. Ba'inyan odin yesh p'nes Kodesh v'Kodesh. The Olam is p'nes Malak Olam and Kodesh. The Madrigas Olam is Malak Olam. That's Kodesh. Rak sheyesh b'ma'aros asay. V'chein yesh ischalkus ba'olam. Neshama Aratz Neshama ein Aratz N'atzma v'shal Kavon. So the Indian of Olam is, like I said, it's like Machshava and Divo. It's Chalko. Is the Ratzon is not as bishvil kavon. Achamit is when it's kodesh beloiva b'chinas seiv kol ha'almin. Chein ha'ratzon shava b'chol ha'mitzvos. Mitzvos is a higher level. That's seiviv. Chein ha'ratzon shava b'chol ha'mitzvos. Zeh so that's the chiddush of Torah mitzvos. Kim choto pogam from the kodesh. Choto pogam, there's a blemish. The head of Hamshach from the gam. Azaka pogam matzah and so. V'chiper ala kodesh. B'chinas kodesh hakadosh mashomov l'bayar gam from the kodesh. V'chinas kodesh hakadosh shalman from the shas. Zoi shachas in a table of Mitzayra. That's the connection to Mitzayra. Mitzayra makes a shemra, she'epa kodin a Torah shvo hafto. The ganze Torah is v'after hakamoich hamad alach sonel chavach loy sav. It makes a shemra means the opposite. That he is slandering. So where's the opposite? Kein zay b'ner shelo yispal an shaderi. That the inyan of Noyach, shelo yispal an shaderi, b'meile, that's his chet. Zeh ma kan מתאר, אף תאורסכו מתאורסכו, זהו כפר תאורסכו, כפר דרך בהם הזה רחב. So that is the first shot in the mind.
It seems like the phone keeps on going down. Like the...
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
I don't have this thing that holds
the stand. Okay.
And it's my. It's not that important to see me. Now he goes into the second shot. The teva is loshet alamayim to sail over the water. In the mind, when you have discussing, when you want to be a bosh, when you have discuss this gali. But the Torah mitzvahs machabrim b'nei. The Torah mitzvahs connect am discussing on this gali. In achiba da selem da stach. Va'avoida achiba da rotz abitol diyam va'sheif k'naser.
So it seemed like the water, besides by the end we said that it's like P'tiras HaParnasa, but also it seems like it's like
yeah, you just said
law.
You're right. In the mind where you said that Zela Ummazed, the Yam the Gedusha.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
The two parts. So the what's that's the Yam the Gedusha. You're right. That's the Yam. So basically he explains it from both sides. There, this is Gamma Sharpness Gila Erdi Das. Neuchem, and like Tzaddik, and like Alam Shapchinas Chiba Yam Ve'eretz. So that was the mile of Noyach that connected Yam and Eretz. That's why he's the one who made the table. והנה תאורסכו, מתאורסכו, יובן בהקדם לס ים בלאום הזה, מתאורסכו יש להנה בלאום הזה, שהוא הנה תיר לספרנות, והנה נרחזק בפרסו. עדי שעות המסגבר על זה, ותתפסק בהם, ובשם שמיים, עשו נאסי סנאי, בואו נמסר, פנס תאר, ישו פנס שר, שמקר הנשום. So we have the geschmack view of the whole concept of Tevas Noach from a few perspectives. Shuva, it's the mitzvahs, I'm sure. And it's protecting us from drowning in Tirdas HaParnasa. It gave us quite a comprehensive overview of what the in of Tevas Noach is in Avodas Lamayla and Avodas Hashem. Okay, now we'll start the next line. Page Samach. Shabbos Vayeru Ein Ches. Hita Eshel Be'ersho Ve'ikah Shem Hashem Havai Keilayla. So Avram planted a Eshel. Okay, let's see what the Gemara says. Ve'ikah Shem Hashem Havai Keilayla. The Gemara made the Shesh Beis Deis. Rashi also brings up the Deis. What is the Eshel? Meaning the Eshel. Chad Omar Eshel is a purpose. So one of them says, actually, that's in a way. The part Eshel means like a old garden. He planted a garden. So we have in mind a purpose. So we have to understand what is the meaning, what is the inner meaning that Avraham planted a garden. Gam. Why does he planted a garden and he called the Eibishter's name? What's the connection? Obviously, I'll see this. Not a part of it.
Sorry, what's Thursday's Chesal? I missed that.
Chad Omar, I'm sorry. Chad Omar.
Okay, thank you.
Look at the Rashi. Chad Omar.
Yeah.
How does Chad Omar, those two?
A hotel.
Hotel, exactly. Okay.
Yeah. Also, it's Chad Omar. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So what does the Pasuk tell us? That by planting a garden, he called out the Eibishter's name. So we have to understand the inner connection between these two things. So you delves in right into the inner meaning of what the pardus is. Pasuk says, that the person, human being, is compared, is compared to the tree of the field. That's very deep. The Sada Uprinas Malchus. So right away it jumps into a Kabbalah explanation of the Kabbalah. What is Eitz HaSod? Why is Adam called Eitz HaSod? Because Sod is Malchus. It says in Pasuk, what is the Lashon here? Tzad HaShabecha Hashem. That when Yaakov came to Yitzchak to get the blessing, so Yitzchak said, it's like a field that the Eivish to bless. So in Kabbalah, in Zohar, the word Soda relates to Madrega of Malchus, the sphere of Malchus, Hashabir Hashem. It's the field, just like a field. The field is a place where you plant, and then Birch, and the Eivish gives the bracha. So the Soda is a reverence of Malchus, which gets all the other brachas, the Amshachas from all the other spheres. So number one, so Soda is Birch. Then the Sod, the Spheres of Malchus, depends, so to speak, on the Adam Oisek B'Torah. Shemam Shapchinas Eitz, when the Adam draws into the Sod, the Eitz HaSod. What does Eitz mean? Hainu Adam Ha'elin Shalakise Anika Ilana Dechai. He brings another point. The Eitz, we know in Pasuk, the Pasuk says in Parashat Bereshit, the Eitz HaChaim B'Seich Hagon Ilana Dechaya, the tree of life. The tree of life really means it's a remes on the Madrega of Gilui Likus. So the Adam to Torah is Mamshech Likus and Spheres HaMalchus. Let's see. It's just introducing it. He's going to develop. In the Alder Mashal. So when we look at a tree, what happens with the tree? Number one, Ilan Yeshber Ilan. There is the body of the tree, that's what we call the trunk of the tree. Va'anochav, he has the branch, and Va'sheresh, and the root. So it starts from the middle. So it starts from the bottom. You have the root, you have the trunk of the tree, and you have the branches. Va'sheresh is said because the root, that's the basis, that's the essence of the Ilan. So similarly, in the Nimshal, the Adam Alien in the other words, let's say the Eibishter in the Likus, there's a few madrigas. There's Pchinas Ilan Alien. The Adam Alien is also called Ilan Alien, the higher tree. Yesh Pchinas Ilan, V'Sheresh Ilan. There's the Ilan itself, the trunk, the body of the tree, and the Sheresh, the root of the Ilan. There's a different way it is in our reality, lemata, in the physical reality, in the way it is lamayla. The lemata, in our reality, the root is in the bottom, in the ground, and the tree grows on top of the root, right? But lamayla, in the ruchnis, punkt verkehrt, the root kaviyachol the mile, when we talk about mile, even of Elana the Chaya, the Amshacha Likis, which is called the tree, Elana the Chaya, the tree, that so the sheresh, the root is higher than the tree. It's above the tree. Sheresh the mile, and Badei Gavayis. About the Sharik and Neymar, he said. So that point we just made, the difference between the way the tree is Lamata and Lamailo, the Pardes says it in Erech Yisrael. In the Pardes reminding of the Ramak, he has an Erech called Shar Erke Akinuim, which is like a Shtikla encyclopedia. And over there, he explains all types of concepts. And one of the concepts is Yisoid. Yisoid means, what is Yisoid? The foundation. It says the Sharuchni is the Pardes writes over the Sharuchni Eipach Hagash. Spiritual is the opposite of the material, of the physical. The Gashmi, I said, Lamata min abinyan. In the physical world, this foundation is below the building. That's just the way it is. That's the.
I'm sorry, what part of the Pardes is the encyclopedia?
Shar Erke Akinuim. See, because of Pardes, Shar Erke Akinuim.
Thank you.
So Shar Erke Akinuim, that's like it's a Shar, that's an encyclopedia that he explains all types of concepts. The Erech Yisoid and the entry for Yisoid, which is foundation, it says Sharuch Neipach Hagashmi. The Begashmi I said in the physical world, the foundation is below the building. We have gravity. Baruch Yisoid Elamai. I don't even know why. It's pretty obvious. Gemara, then there's another Gemara. It's Sanhedrin says, shiur ze neshama ve'anav ze aguf. Over there, it doesn't even talk about the branch. The root is like the neshama is compared to the root, and anav, the branch, is compared to the body. So we have a few.
It doesn't talk about the trunk. It doesn't say the trunk.
Exactly. It doesn't talk about the trunk. You're right. The Gemara doesn't talk about that. What? He brings in all these type of sources, then we'll see what he's getting at. We're going to develop our own. So, and again, so it's clear that this minor, this point is looking at a few perushim. What is the inyan of pardes, which is a garden made out of trees. See, and he's going into developing what is the meaning of a tree, the concept, the spiritual concept of a tree. So that will explain to us what is the meaning of a garden. It's made out of trees. All these things are interconnected. Okay, so we already have a few definitions of the trees, but it goes further. Ilan, what is the Ilan? What is the Ilan Lamaila? You just said Ilan at the Chaye. What do you call it? Ilan Elin, what is it? Ilan Apina Zada Atzilus. When we say Ilan Lamaila, Ilan at the Chaye, Ilan Elin really applies to the Madrig of Zada Atzilus. What is Zada Atzilus? The Chavaya Gdula Vagvura. The 6 midas elyonos, they the Eitz HaSoda, the Zo is connected to Malchus, just like Zo, the Eitz is connected to the Soda. So what is Zo? Shisha midas elyonos panasil nails. The 6 midas from Chesed through Yesod. This is called the Ilan Elyon.
I'm sorry, I can try to go over here, but there's an expression over here that we should be a shachas to Ilana de Chaya.
Yeah.
This is
Ilana de Chaya is translation of Eitz HaChaim. It's a pasuk in the Okay, now here basically in our language, we always talk to Ilana de Chaya. It could be starts to the Rebbe. The Rebbe is Ilana de Chaya.
Right.
It's not like it's one of the. I don't remember that. We have to figure out what the ultimate source is, but it's pretty obvious that we're connected to the Ilana Chaya. It means connected to the Rebbe. It's not. It's just another way, another sort of usage of this metaphor, of this mashal. But in our at least at this point, that's how it's talking about Ilana Chaya. It's obviously connected, but the Rebbe is the source of life. It's like the tzaddik kadoy, tzaddik yisod olam. The Rebbe is also tzaddik is also called yisod, the foundation. There's a lot of ways that we describe the Rebbe and Shamaklol. We always talk about Zayim Kusha Tilana the Chaya, but here, at this point, he's not talking about that part. Okay, it's a good thing. Thank you for mentioning it. Okay, so what's that? Now he's going into more detailed description. What is the Ilan Elyon, which we just said Zo. The goof, okay, Zo, the Zeir Anpin, which is made up of six, just like the Elon, we just said generally 3 parts: the branch, the trunk, and the tree, and another branch, the root, the trunk, and the branches. So similarly in Zo, we also have Madregas in the spheres goof. So he says goof Tiferes of the spheres at Tiferes of the Zo, that's Gufa Elon. That's like the trunk of the tree. The Anfeilen and Chidas Chesed Gvur and Netzach Hoid. So Chesed Gvur and Netzach and Hoid means the Chesed Gvur is above Tiferes, and Netzach Hoid is not ein Bekehilas Yaakov. I didn't look in Kehilas Yaakov. Like I mentioned a million times, Kehilas Yaakov is another sefer of an encyclopedia of Kabbalah concepts. It is written by a Chassidish Rebbe. His first name was Yolis, and it's quoted a lot in the Mamar of the Marash and Rashab. It's also encyclopedias. I guess in the Kehilas Yaakov, Erech Elon Mistama talks about what the Elon is. So the Gufa the Zo going back, Ufa the Zo, Ve'ikar P'chinas Tiferes, the Gufa, the body of Zo, the branch of Zo, Ikar, and his essence of P'chinas Tiferes, which of course the Besidam Shamayadim. Now, after quoting Kilis Yaakov, and after quoting the Pardes, that brings the Siddur. The Alter Rebbe Siddur Shamayadim. Over there, the Alter Rebbe explains that the essence of the Zo, that's P'chinas Tiferes, that's the sphere of Tiferes, that's the Guf. Shkosov, and then there's another reference to that. Ve'etz HaChaim b'seich hagon. Eitz HaChaim, the Ilon of the Chai is b'seich hagon, in the middle of the garden. What is b'seich? B'mtzoz ginsa, the middle. Just like Tiferes is in the middle of the Tzor. V'chesed ha'gvura, b'netzach ha'oid, and P'chinas Hanaf.
And Netzachot, they are below Tiferet.
Exactly. Yeah, of course they're below. The Hanaf, forget, the question is more on Chesed and Gvura. Obviously it's below. Just like in the tree, the branches are an extension. They're an extension of the body. The body is the trunk of the tree. The branch is an extension. So here, Tiferes is the trunk. The other sphere is Netzach V'Oid for sure. But even Chesed Gvura, which are above Tiferes, they're also only an extension of Tiferes. Tiferes is the body.
Oh. So that's what I'm saying. Chesed Gevura, that they are higher. It makes sense, higher than the trunk.
No, it doesn't make sense because we just said that the matter, the branch is lower than the trunk.
On a tree, on a regular tree, the branches are higher or lower than the trunk?
Yeah, we just read a few lines ago that Ruchnis and Gashmas are the opposite. But okay, you're right. Fine. It's no matter what. That's like the key. The point that he's making here is the branches are lower than the tree. The branches are an extension, not lower, physically lower, but branches is only an extension. The tree is the essence. The extension is like these pashtas. It's low. It's a lower madrig. So the chiddush here is that Chesed Gvura and Netzach Hanoid are but an extension of Tiferes. Tiferes is the body, the essence. Just like in the body of a human being, the body of the tree, the body of the human being is the trunk, the actual, the goof, the what we call the, what is it called? I forgot the word. The body, and they're like the Chesed Gvura, which is like the hands, are an extension of the body, not the body itself. Sending the feet, that's a voida, like the feet, and the Chesed Gvura, the hands, they're all an extension of the body. The body is the body itself. The first is the body itself, the Chesed Gvura, and the Netzach Hanoid are an extension. Now he adds another level. Okay. So again, that's something that needs, that I think we learned once. So that, in other words, according to this way of looking at things, the Cha'era, Tiferes should have been the first sphere of the Zohar. It's like trunk, and then below it is Chesed Gvura and Netzach Hanoid. But the way, but here, the Poel, we say Chesed Gvura Tiferes. Tiferes is the middle. So that's the chiddush. It's more like a circle. In the circle, the essence, the essence of the circle is in the middle, and the ones around are surrounding it. It doesn't. Like I said, the marshal doesn't fit exactly. The Okaponim. Then he adds another one. So we only took care of the shiur of the gufa and the anaf. The shiur, what is the shiur? What is the root? We said that's bina shalnikayim abane. Shiur is above zo. Zo is the ilon, but shiur is above zo. It's the bina. Sphere is a bina she'eim abane. It's the mother. It's like the soul, the root. The amidas k'vashem kol bina im p'mayla gvar yesa. The shom ein apres matzias dov. Ein apres midas mogosh. It takes us back to the marshal, to the standard marshal. That zo is like midas. It's like the emotions. Bina is like the intellect, the seichel, and the always explains that the isbeinus brings the regesh, the emotion. So the shirish of the ilah means the shirish of the emotions is in bina. The way they're in the bina, ain't a plus minus mogoshis. Ain't a metzias dover. It's not a tangible type of emotions, and it's not felt. The midas are plus metzias mogosh. We don't know megashatz. The way the midas are developed When the emotions and the feelings are developed in the person, he feels them. He feels himself. The way the midas are contained within the seichel, the way in this nimshul, the way so within bina, it's a more refined, more abstract and subtle types of midas. He jumps right away in the actual in avodah. It means it's, we've learned it a few times also. Ispilus sichli. It's not a spilus. It's not a type of excitement. It's an emotional excitement. The person feels himself to be excited, which means it's more yesh misha'oyev, his own being. But ispilus sichli. It's more of an intellectual, detached type of excitement. It says, so the difference is, we learned actually that that distinction also in other places in the Machsidus. The difference in the spilus of midas and the spilus of sichli is the spilus midas is mashatov loy. That he's excited about how he is deriving pleasure from it. It's good for him. Of course, it's tov loy. Feels he feels better because connected to Eibishter. But the spilus sichli is more detached. He is not it's more, he's excited about the concept, the idea for likus l'kshatzmai. Loy mashatayv loy. Kuma amidish says gash. Zeh mashakiros alkim litoyv. The midas should be galo toyv loy. The pasuk says kiros alkim litoyv. It's good for him. Okay, but midas akolim besech. Because makamach. So that is the shiur. The shiur of the law in Bina is similar to the concept of the midas aklonim b'seichel. That it's the excitement is not about himself. His ego is not part of it. It's more by being overwhelmed by the stress, by the greatness of the Eibishter from intellectual perspective. The gam is another distinction between midas stam and midas shebeseichel. Shasham meir bem oirav. See, this it says gam. It means it's like they're different. I mean, you have to understand it's like different. In other words, if you wouldn't say gam, I would say it's like it's just the same things in different words. But it sounds like it's another aspect. Gam, another point. Shasham meir bem oirav.
So seichel is the trunk, and midas are the branches.
No, the midas depends which one. The tiferes is the trunk. The seichel is the root. The tiferes
root is the trunk.
Other
midas are
branches.
Thank you.
Okay. Gam, another unique thing about the midas shevet seichel, the shevet bina, gam shesham meir ba'em eirav. The way the midas in the seichel, there's a eirav, there's a very powerful eir that shines there. That's marumas in the fact that the ayin in the end of Shema, in the word Shema Yisrael, the ayin is ayin rabasi. It's a larger ayin, which means זהו זין תחתונס הכלולים בבינה שניקה עין רבוסי, המאיר על הגדלוס, שמאיר במרי באר. The way the midas are included in bina, the way the emotions, the emotions he's talking about here is the emotion of Avas Hashem and Iras Hashem and the connection to the Eibishter. Emotionally, the way it's called in bina, the way it's contained within the intellectual aspect, then it's a state that may be there's a very strong that shines. So again, so the chayr is similar to what it's interesting how he says two different parts. Gam, I don't know what gam. Maybe I don't know. So basically, the two aspects of the fact that midas including with seichel, which is bina sheresh, are higher. Number one, it's not litoy, it's a likus. Gam, that's meir ribe'er. Mele, really one causes the other because of the R'Dovid, because of its intellectual state. It's R'Dovid, it's an abundance of inspiration, of God inspiration. Mele also Leibniz Metzias, so the ego is not there. Shaboim is galus, and that way is godless. Ein Rabbosim is godless, greatness. Shaboim is galus, when the emotions are expressed in a level of emotion. Then so it's called ze'erantin. What ze'erantin means? A diminished, a small face. Ze'er means small. Ze'erantin means a small face. It's katnus miuter. So that is the difference between the Sheresh and the Zov. Kol Shekain, but then he adds another letter. So we just said the difference between Bina and Zov. But Kol Shekain, there's a higher level even in Bina than Bina. But Kol Shekain, even more than that, there's a level of the way the Chachma, the Midas, Akol and Chachma, they're even less is galus, less diminished than the way in Bina. Why? He says, the way the Midas are called in Chachma is even less tangible than is in Bina. But Bina means, like, simple meaning, Bina means these blindness, understanding. So understanding in your mind, you develop the concept. So because in a state of development, so the excitement in that state is still as some type of achiza. It's spineless. But Chochma is a higher level. Chochma is, like you said, it's Kamavrik. It's F. Even the intellectual part is not fully developed. It's not explained. It's not bina. It's not the understanding. It's just the spark. Over there, the meat is the way they're there. Ain't them just because cloud. Okay, so that concept is explained in Bir Hazaya in Pashas Balak. Kol and Chach. Okay. All right.
Yeah.